Shivangi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. So, what's happening around? What's going on these days?
Okay, just working day and night. Currently, I'm really working very, very hard. There are major projects that I'm working on, and this is all going.
So,
Okay.
let me begin with an introduction of you. Shivangi
Mhm.
Srivastava is a public speaking coach, corporate soft skills trainer, content writer, copywriter, career growth content creator, job placement trainer, and leadership development trainer. With 5 plus years of experience, she has trained over 1,400 individuals in the previous year itself. She has been publishing various written, audio, video, and graphical content on 15 plus platforms. She is constantly helping students, corporates, and brands in public speaking, event hosting, job placement training, and mindset coaching. Therefore, if you want to talk about and get trained on leadership, self growth, soft skills, job interviews, book your session with her now. I'll drop all the details in the description below. A warm welcome to you, Shivangi, on Journey Teachers.
Thank you so much, Kriti, for the wonderful introduction. I couldn't introduce myself so well. You did.
That's really, uh, that's really a humble appreciation. Thank you. So let's begin with the first question. The figures
Mhm.
in our profile, these like the 1400, 15 plus platforms, these are remarkable. What does it actually take to showcase such relevant numbers in one's profile?
Cool. So I think the most important thing is interest. I'm a software engineer by profession, by my degree. But there is nothing else in the world that I have enjoyed more than content creation. So I just keep on creating content. You can see, like, I have been experimenting with my content a lot. I've created a lot of content for my various clients, and I'm loving it. So this is how I am able to maintain the consistency for a long time now. And I have created content on 15 plus platforms, and this is counting right now, that the count is increasing. The only reason is that I'm really, really passionate about this. Another thing is that training. Yeah, if we talk about training 1,400 people, then I have never felt, while I'm training somebody, I have never felt that I'm doing some work. Right. I always feel like I'm just sitting and talking to a person, because talking is and having a meaningful conversation is the best thing that I love to do. So this is why, there was a lot of passion, and I really wanted to share one thing, that in the year 2020, as I started doing these stuffs in a full-fledged way, and now I finally think that this is what I'm meant to do in life, which is the most special thing in our career, right? So now I'm sure that this is something I want to teach. I want to, like, spread the knowledge that I am having, and I want to learn continuously in my life. And this is finally that I'm feeling I'm meant to do. So I'm really happy to share this here right now.
Great thoughts and great values. I'm really glad to hear this. So I have heard this somewhere that people will prefer to die rather than delivering a full-fledged speech in front of an audience. So what do you think makes public speaking that hard, or is it just a myth?
Okay. So if we talk about public speaking, then definitely we cannot just say that this is something that is difficult, right? It is completely subjective. Sometimes it can be difficult for you, and for the other person, it can be really easy. Right. So definitely, for many people around us, public speaking is very difficult, because the most important thing, I think, why people have this stage fear or public speaking fright. The reason is, as soon as they go to their stage, the one belief that they are having is, I have to show something, I have to prove something. right? But the moment when you start thinking about public speaking as just a one-to-many communication, when I'm having a communication with you, then I'm having one-to-one communication, right? So when I'm on stage, I'm simply having one-to-many communication. And while we are having a simultaneous talk with some person, there is a high chance that like every now and then, we are committing a lot of mistakes, right? But we don't have that stuff in our mind that the other person is judging. So if you just have this mindset on stage, then this stage fright can be reduced to a great extent. And even if we are going to commit some mistakes on the stage, we are going to like accept all the failures and are going to enjoy the process.
Wow, that's absolutely well said. Enjoying the process and just considering it a one-on-one conversation. It really works. So, how to take control of that nervousness before and after going to the stage and deliver? The art of public speaking is such that it's not only practiced in front of an audience on stage, but it's in front of the certain number of people in one's corporate life as well. So, how to deal with the fear and anxiety that comes with public speaking?
Okay. So having butterflies in your stomach before stepping to your stage is completely normal. The first thing is you have to understand that the things that you are feeling right now before going to the stage is completely okay. It's not something bad happening in it, right? And another thing that I already talked about is having a right mindset. You are not going to prove anything. You are just going to have a good communication with the audience who is listening to you. Third thing is that preparation. Knowledge is the base of confidence. This is what I strongly believe. Yeah, so knowledge is the base. Knowledge is the base of confidence. So try to have really good knowledge in the field in which you are going to deliver your speech, and then confidence automatically comes. Another thing is that do never go without any practice. Like I have always abide by this rule that no matter how comfortable I'm with a particular topic or subject, but I have to prepare. At least I have to like draw the entire outline of my speech before going to the stage. Otherwise, being overconfident really leads to accidents. So these are the things that I would strongly recommend to everybody in order to do before going to the stage.
Okay. So one common query which most people face that we often tend to forget the points even after a lot of practice as well. We often tend to forget things. So how to deal with that?
Okay. So, it's very normal that we are going to forget stuffs when we are on stage because, there are hundreds of things that are going on when we are so much into conversation with a crowd of people, right? With a group of people. So the best thing would be do not like feel embarrassed or do not hesitate to write something on a paper. That's completely okay, right? Even if I personally follow one thing, like if I'm going to give a speech of 40 minutes, then at least I will draw an outline and at least I'm going to write 6-7 words that are the most important points of my speech. So no matter where I am, that's completely okay if I'm going to check the chat and going to explain it. Similarly, even if I'm recording some courses, it's completely okay that if there are some technical terms and I'm not sure whether I'm going to explain it correctly or not, that's okay. I'm having it and I'm showing it on camera that I'm reading it from here. But do not rely on it completely, but you can take your help and be completely okay on that.
Yes, absolutely. Do not be afraid to take help and just be confident enough to get out there.
Okay.
Yes, okay. So how to build a speaker profile for oneself to become eligible to become a public speaker and deliver a speech in front of the public, like as and when required if one wants to be a TEDx speaker or something.
Okay. So if somebody wants to be a TEDx speaker, then to be a TEDx speaker, the only thing is not public speaking, but another thing should be your sense of contribution in the field of education, technology, or designing. Okay. So this is what we call TED Tech. Okay, TED. And to build a public speaking profile, I would suggest to take every single opportunity that the world is giving to you. Never say no to any opportunity. Not a single speaking platform is small or large. Every single time you are going to perform on stage or on a group in front of a group of people, you are going to learn something. So take every single opportunity that you are going to get and try to give your best every single time. And once you deliver speech 10 times or 15 times, then automatically your profile is going to be very strong.
Okay. So what all can be included? Like what can be the elements of the speaker profile?
Okay. The first thing is having a very good professional picture, because if you are going to be
With a mic.
Yeah. Mic can be an added accessory that is going to be a cherry on your cake.
Yes.
But yeah, if you want to project yourself as a speaker, then having a very good professional attire or any kind of attire that is relatable with your niche is important. Another thing is that I would suggest everybody not to use on social media specifically, use the your keyword or use your clear name, nothing fancy or nothing very cringe kind of words. Another thing is that try to showcase all the experiences that you have gathered. You always remember, no experience is big or and no experience is less. Every single time you have spoken in front of a crowd, you have learned something. So showcase every opportunities or every achievements with the same pride. Third thing would be try getting some knowledge, get some certifications, and try to utilize all the learnings that you have done. Fourth thing would be client's testimonial. Yes, if you are a service provider or anybody, so public speaking is can also be carried forward as a service, right? So if you have served some clients, you have mentored, or if you have spoken as a keynote speaker in some organizations, then start taking the testimonials from them, or at least the pictures which you can show on your profile, because nothing is more nothing in the world has more conviction than a customer's words. So try gathering all those things and attach it well, and you are good to go.
Yes, your profile looks amazing. So I really love the point. How are you stressing upon the equality of each and every opportunity? This is really amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are elements matter in the course of public speaking, and to what extent? Like I'll say some names, and you can talk about them one by one. So the first one is appropriate hand gestures.
Hand gestures, yes, obviously it is very important, specifically nowadays when we are having this constraint that we can
Limited space.
yeah use our this much portion of our body, then hand gesture plays a very important role. So there are a few things that I would like to tell you. Like if you are having a conversation, then adding your hand gesture can be very, very impactful, right? It can be really impactful, so don't misusing it, but do not overuse it. Yeah, it is very important to like distribute your entire energy. Aap kabhi dekhoge, there are a lot of people who do a lot of noting. They won't note for once, they will keep on noting. Yeah, right?
Yes.
So if you feel in the same way, if you feel like your hand gesture is moving very fast, or you're getting energy is getting consumed a lot at this part, then try to distribute it by having hand gesture, then your hand movements, then your eyebrows and expressions, and then with your voice. So try to distribute the entire energy evenly, so that there will be a balance and it will not look like overdone or underdone.
I'm definitely going to try this point for myself as well. How much I love this point, it's absolutely well explained.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, so the next is dressing sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so dressing depends, of course, dressing matters, but I think every single person have their own choice of dressing, right? I have seen a lot of people telling you the rules that if you are having this kind of body, then you must wear this kind of dress. If you are having this kind of body, then you must wear this kind of dress. But I don't really believe in a fashion police. I feel like you need to know the niche or the kind of audience that you are going to serve, and you have to dress according to that situation. That's it. And in your personal life, or if you, even if you are a public speaker, it's not always necessary to dress in a particular way. Dress to be happy. I am a person who really loves to experiment with my dressing sense. I love to get ready, get do makeup, and try different kinds of dresses. So I would not judge anybody for a particular choice of dress, or I would not suggest anybody that you need to do this particular kind of dressing for this thing. No, it's not like that. Do whatever you like, but just make sure that if you are going to be on stage, then make sure that the niche about which you are going to talk, or the occasion when you are in which you are there, it should slightly match to your outfit.
Okay. Also, I think the formal dressing of just wearing a suit can go very well with each and every niche.
Correct. It really, like, wearing a suit nowadays really feels like, yeah, finally, if somebody in the profile picture is wearing a suit, then the person is having a professional profile, right? This is something we all feel, and that's completely okay, and it's good actually. So that the formal dressings are being encouraged, and I'm very happy. In lockdown, we didn't get a chance to dress up, and just because I have to perform live in front of audience, in front of camera, I get to get ready and do my makeup. So this is really good for me.
Yeah, I can see your excitement and your happiness with your white smile.
Thank you. Yeah.
So the next one is body language.
Okay. So the body language comprises of a lot of stuffs, like your hand movements, your gesture, your posture, your eyebrows, your expressions, your head movements, and a lot of stuffs. So body language really matters a lot, and all the nonverbal aspects of communication matters a lot in public speaking, because as it's very cliche that people have been repeating that less than like 30% of our communication depends upon the verbal part, and more than 70% depends on the non-verbal part, and it's completely true. So when I'm saying that it is very, very important, see, I don't need to say that I'm not stressing out my words, I'm just doing this, and you are able to understand. It's very important, right? This is the larger stuff, and this is the smaller thing. Even if you don't listen to my words very clearly, still you are being able to visualize it, that I'm saying this is large and this is small, right? So body language makes your communication very, very easy, because public speaking or even a general communication is not just about words. It's a lot about your gestures. For example, if you just rub your hands on the cheeks of your pet, then then it is going to understand that you are caring, that you are showing love to it. So definitely words are not required. For example, let's take an example, like if we are doing some mistakes, then our parents don't even need to, like our mothers don't even need to say a word. They will just make this kind of face and you'll get freaked out, right? So this is the importance of body language, the entire non-verbal part of communication, and it's very, very important.
How good are your observational skills? Like the expressions are making, I'm just loving it. Okay, so the next one is tone and voice modulation of the speaker.
Yeah, tone and voice modulation of a speaker is very, very important. Let me give you an example. For example, if I'm sitting here and I'm saying something like this, so I'm going to talk about this today, and this. Which news channel is this? Let's have a quick guess. So today I'm going to talk about this thing. Tell me, which news channel is this? DD News, right? So today I'm going to talk about this thing and all. Which news channel is this? You don't need to say the name, right? You understood it. It's some debate channel, right? And today I'm going to talk about this thing or something. It's Zoom TV, Bollywood News or something. right? So this is the importance. I say the same statement 3 times and you understood just by my voice modulation and my tone, you understood the context or the kind of person who would be, or the environment where the same statement would be said in a particular way. So this is the importance of tone and voice modulation.
Wow, it's so well explained. I just loved your example. Okay, so the next one is language proficiency.
Yeah. Language proficiency is very, very important and it is the need of the hour, you know. What is happening in our country, people are just thinking that if a person is, if a particular person is very fluent in English, then only he or she is good speaker. But trust me, that's not the case. You choose any language in the world, any language in the world that a particular group of person understand and know every in and out of it. Bhashiki Shuddhata, this is what we say, right? Even if you have Hindi language, try to understand that language and maintain its purity throughout your communication, and that's completely enough. There are many people around us whom you will see they cannot speak very well in English, and when you talk about Hindi, they say, I can speak in Hindi, but I cannot read in Hindi, even though the Hindi is their own mother tongue, right? And they feel proud of it. ना मुझे हिंदी आती है अच्छे से, ना मुझे इंग्लिश आती है, तो मैं तो बिन पे हिंदी का डोटा हूँ ना, right?
Yes.
So just choose one language and be proficient, like fluent in it, and then move to the other one. But please make sure that there should be at least one language in the world in which you can have the complete conversation.
Exactly. Engaging the audience.
Okay. Audience engagement is obviously very, very important. So a person who is just sitting and giving gyan is the worst thing that we like, उसे हम झेलते हैं, सुनते नहीं है, right? So if we want our audience to be interested in what we are saying, then engagement is very important. But I think audience engagement should not be forced to a speaker. There are various kinds of speakers. Jinko, or there is one kind of speaker for whom audience engagement is very easy. For the other one, it is very difficult. But if you are trying to engage it, do not try to like stuff it that no, I have to do it or something, and do not take the feedback or the response of the engagement activity of the audience very seriously. Otherwise, you will feel like dumb stuff or very awkward in between, right? So have your firm mentality while having those engagement activities, because many times what happens is you do a particular kind of engagement activity and you get some different response from the audience, right? And sometimes you feel like, "Arey yaar, chot ho gayi, ganda ho gaya," hai na? Don't feel like that. Once the activity is over, come back to this and focus on your content again. So don't let that engagement activity hamper or disturb your mental focus.
Awesome. So is there any other factor you want to talk about, or all are covered?
Okay. Yeah. And another thing is that if a person is a good public speaker, then I believe a good public speaker should be able to speak spontaneously on any topic in the world. And this is the USP of my training. Whenever I train somebody, I don't train them that I'm going to give you a topic, you have to prepare it from your home and present it here. No, no, no. In every single class, what I do is I make my students sit, I give them a topic, I give them 2 minutes to prepare on that, and they have to present it on at the moment, right? And every single student that I have taught so far are being able to do this. And this is what I really want to, this is the message I want to give to the entire post community, that if you want yourself to call yourself a good speaker, then try to practice speaking instantly on a topic. Don't just rely on a topic, rely on a condition that you need to get a topic at least 1 hour, 4 hours, or 1 day before speaking on the stage.
That's amazing. So what are the common mistakes made by people when delivering a speech, or even during the interviews for that matter?
We take our mistakes very seriously. Okay. we take our mistakes very, very seriously while we are in such situations. But the correct thing is that we have to keep this thing in mind that committing mistakes is very normal, right? Even if we are in, like, I'll tell you one scenario. I was hosting a session with an organization's head, like global head of an organization. It was a very big event, and it happened that I forgot some words, okay, as a host. And the entire audience was looking at me, and I was thinking, like, what can I do? If I had taken it so seriously, then definitely that would be the moment of the downfall of my confidence. I would just stuck and mess up everything. I could not remember two words, and I was constantly thinking. I got stuck there, and everybody was looking at me. Then what I did, I told it very clearly that now I cannot remember this word. Please help me. The entire audience started guessing it. Guess the word there. They started guessing it. Is it the word? Is it the word? No, no, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. And then finally we got that word, and it was such an amazing audience engagement activity that everybody enjoyed it. Right? So if I had taken that moment that no, the people are judging me, it means that I'm not a good speaker, because just because I cannot remember those two words, then that there would be a different scenario. Right? So accept your flaws, accept that you're a human being, and definitely we all are going to forget, we are going to mispronounce the words. Just keep your focus on your activity, your speech, and move further with a lot of confidence and acceptance. Just enjoy the process.
Your presence of mind at that moment was amazing. It was exceptional.
Yeah, after finishing that event, I was so happy that I did it at that time, because it was completely unplanned. And trust me, one thing that I have really realized that when you are on stage, the impromptu things that you do are the most special ones. Right? So just allow yourself to be there, to enjoy the process, and everything is going to be really good.
Yes, absolutely. So, how do your training sessions go about? How do you train people to gain that much confidence and get to face the outer world?
Okay. So the one thing that I'm very, very confident, and the only thing that I'm most confident in the world, is my training sessions. I train people because I love to train them. I love them. Not a single person, like most of the people. The truth is, like, I graduated in 2019, and 90% of the people whom I have trained are very, very elder than me. Right? But no matter who the person is, every single person whom I have trained is like my kid. I love them. I honestly love every single student of mine, and I feel that these are the pain points of the person. Even if I'm having a badge training, I never let a person sit alone with their flaws or the problems. I try to focus on every single person, and in every single session, I make sure that everyone is performing. बच के जाने का कोई मौका ही नहीं देती हूँ. I just make sure that you have to perform, and that's it. So this is how, like, with continuous practice, this gets public speaking skills gets polished a lot, and this is how result is really nice at the moment.
Amazing.